All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ1 for AARF Interviews. Today we have a wonderful interview between Ms. Cassandre Miller, who is the CEO of AARF Radio, and Randy, the president of Pet Projects Spay, Neuter, and Love, and Comforts for Critters. Project Pet's mission is to reduce the number of pets ending up in kill shelters by promoting owner responsibility and offering very low cost or free spay and neuter. Let's listen in.
Hi, it's Cassandre Miller with AARF Radio. I'm here with Randy, president of Project Pets Spay, Neuter, and Love. Hi, Randy.
Hi, how are you, Cassie?
Good, thanks for coming on our show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I wanted to start out a little bit about Project Pets. Could you tell us how you got started with that and what it does?
Well, it was a long story in rescue for a long time, but when I moved to North Carolina from Maryland, I couldn't believe the difference in the shelter system and in the way the animals were treated here. I wanted to make as big an impact as I could on the homeless animal population here, and I know that we can't rescue our way out of this. It does matter for that one, and I've been involved with many different rescues now, but the biggest impact we could have would be to have a spay and neuter organization. I started Project Pets 3 years ago, actually 2 years ago officially. We are a 501c3. To try and help the owners in this area do the right thing for their pet. There's an extreme lack of education and a lack of awareness about how to care for their pets. And Project Pets was starting to help the owners do the right thing.
That's terrific. Now, you spay and neuter quite a few animals a month.
Well, it depends. We're right now averaging about 20. And we're working with a couple very good vet clinics here in Greensboro. The Sheets Pet Clinic are my favorites because they trim their nails and check their teeth while they're asleep. And we're fortunate enough to have vets with a big heart, and we've had some nice donors that keep us going.
That's great. Now, you have a web page and a Facebook.
I do. I have a Facebook page that's called Project Pets Spay, Neuter, Love. And that is a pretty active page. We get a little over 6,500 people there now and some interesting conversations. Mm-hmm. And then my website would be spayneuterlove.com, and that should be up and open to everybody in another 2 weeks.
Randy, you're also involved with Comforts for Critters. I love this organization. You're supplying, through wonderful ways of donations, are supplying blankets and things to the animals that are on the concrete floors in the shelters. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, the idea started a couple years ago, and I was running a Facebook group, and we were doing a lot of different abuse cases, and I got tired of reading about all the hate and energy that was spent being negative and said, let's do something positive with that energy. One of the things that I did here was to have a drive to raise blankets. What I found out almost accidentally was when I went to a hotel and they asked them to give me the blankets they were going to throw away that week, I had no idea how big it could actually get because they were happy about the idea of turning their trash into a tax deduction, and I was happy about being able to bring blankets to the shelters directly. So once I had successfully done this with a couple of senior citizen homes and a couple of different hotel operations here, I wanted to share it with everybody so that everybody could take advantage of the different businesses in their own city to duplicate exactly what I've done here.
That's terrific. Now, I know on your Comfort for Critters Facebook page, you have up in the files, you have different forms to help the people. They can send it out to the organizations to get the blankets and things for the shelters. A lot of the people will send the blankets to the places, hospitals, just all kinds of people that use any kind of blankets.
The senior citizens homes, the elderly care facilities have been particularly great to work with. They're very happy to have a charity that can take their trash and make it look good for them.
Sure, so, it is a tax deduction for them.
Yes, and they're actually throwing this stuff away, so they're very happy to be able to deduct it.
That's great. I know there's so many things, and I'm so pleased to be able to have you on our show because you know you're one of my favorite people in the world.
Well, thank you. It goes both ways, Cassie. I think you're an incredible human.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Could you tell me, I know you're involved a lot, and you support Shelter Revolution with Thomas Cole, another great guy out there. Could you tell me the whole concept, some of the concepts of Shelter Revolution, if you would?
Sure. in a nutshell, what Tom put together was not shelter reform, because to quote Thomas, that's like polishing a rotten apple. It doesn't matter how pretty we make it on the outside. If the core is no good, you have a system that's no good. So the shelter system, the way we see it today, killing 8 million animals a year, is pretty disgusting, and it's not effective. It's not working. Thomas's model was a way for every animal to be saved, and it's so simple that it actually will work, and that is to have a series of community-based adoption centers, which are actually staffed and run by the rescuers in that area, and allowing the animals who are happy, joy being with each other kind of animals, these are social animals, let them hang out communally and live together. And let them learn to be more socialized and maybe even learn a few basic tricks while they're still at the adoption center. It has to be a place that's nice for the people to visit, where they can come and see happy cats playing together with a little ball or happy puppies rolling over each other. It would be a place where the animals get the socialization skills that they need to be a good family member before they ever get into the family. And people would have a chance to see the animals the way they really are, not caged up and scared out of their minds and dirty in the back of some county pound.
Correct. Now, some people will say, well, what about some of the ones that may have some issues?
Okay, that's addressed through a program that it's called rehabilitation, rehab, and there are a lot of people right now in rescue who know how to work with animals that do have issues, that have a socialization problem or extreme anxieties, can all be worked with. So basic temperament testing along with a complete medical evaluation of every animal that gets entered into the program. These animals would, if they needed more help, would be taken off campus to live with special fosters who know how to train these dogs. And when they are ready to be returned to the general population, that would be great. And if they never can get ready in their lifetime, then they will still have a life and somebody who cares about them and takes care of them. There's no reason to kill these animals.
I agree, Randy. And you'd be surprised we would not be putting back out in the system that would have aggression and fear because of being caged.
Right.
Yeah.
We know for a fact that caging them makes them a little nuts. Same as humans. Nobody is meant to be caged up and isolated like that.
Well, I could only hope that I see shelter revolution in my days, see the whole change of the system.
Yeah, I hope it does. Shelter revolution has to be a stand-by-itself private operation so that you don't have the old government workers or the old shelter workers that are used to one system trying to learn a whole new one. What we do have is a whole army of rescuers and fosters right now that are out there doing it day in and day out. And if they could put their animals ahead of their egos for a bit and work together to be able to form a group cohesive enough to run this adoption center. I've been to places where they have 50, 60 down inside and outside rescue, and it is a wonderful experience to see, and they have no problem hanging out together.
Oh.
As long as you remove any dog that's agitated, you have a quiet, balanced group of animals.
Exactly. Now, there's a lady with, what is that place?
King's Castle. King is her little dachshund. And King's Castle is actually two different operations called the Green Dog Rescue Project out in Heldsburg, California. Heldsburg. And that's up in the Napa Valley area, a very beautiful part of the country. And she has two different daycares, north and south of Heldsburg, where she allows the dogs come in from, where their owners are going to work for the day or maybe going away for a week, and she watches the animals for the day or she boards them for the week, and they are commingling with her rescue dogs. So there might be 60 dogs on the premises, and they all hang out together and play together, and people do walk around all the time in the group of dogs, calling them by name, and their only weapon is a little spray bottle of water. That's all they ever needed, was one little spritz, and the animals react right away. They kind of police each other.
It's wonderful. I see them. I've seen her site. It's a wonderful organization. You know, I wish it was done everywhere. But I do want to touch base again on some of your website areas. Now, Shelter Revolution, I know you support them very much. I happen to adore them. That's www.shelterrevolution.org.
That's correct. And our Facebook page is just Shelter Revolution.
Excellent. Please, I ask all our listeners to check it out. It's a wonderful, wonderful site. I would love to see it everywhere. Again, on Comfort for Critters.
Comforts for Critters.
Comforts with an S.
Right.
For Critters. Great. And again, with one of my favorite projects, Project Pet Spay, Neuter, and Love Incorporated. And that is Project Pet Spay, Neuter, and Love on Facebook. Randy, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on and speak with us today.
Well, I'm excited about the chance to be on AARF Radio. This is an awesome idea, and I think it's terrific. You guys are putting your time and effort into being able to be more of a voice for the animals. This is better than just a typed word. They can actually hear the spoken word. I think it's a terrific idea.
Thanks, and I'll be talking to you soon.
All righty. Thank you very much.
You are listening to AARF Radio.